All right, time to get to our SensCentral standouts for tonight's 5-4 Senators win in regulation against the Seattle Kraken. They get outshot 33-31 in this game, but the 2 points, the regulation win, it all looks the same. Pilsy, I'll start with you. Who do you have for your number one SensCentral standout?
All right, well, I'm going with my guy Claude Giroux here. Like, not only does he score the goal that ties it 38 seconds after the Kraken get the lead, but he's the main reason they're able to get the game-winning goal. And not only that, but Ross, you mentioned it on Twitter at SensCentral. My key to victory here was win the face-off battle. Well, Claude Giroux heard that message loud and clear as he won 15 out of 20, good for 75%, including 5 for 5 in the neutral zone. And Ross, he just took absolute advantage over going up against Alex Wenberg in the dot as he beat him 10 out of 12 times, good for 83%. Wenberg had a tough night in the dot. I couldn't believe they were tossing him out as much as they were. He was only 19% and he took 26 draws. So that was one area where the Sens were able to feast on the Kraken. And in my opinion, it ended up being a crucial part to this 5-4 win.
Huge. Love that. Great call. Martian, who's your first?
I'm going to go a little bit off the board here, fellas, but this guy did score a goal, and I wanted to give him a little shine because it's our first chance to do so, and that's our guy, Patrick Brown, and I'm going to call him, he's Patty Brown to me. This is Patty Brown, boys. And, he got off to a nice start in his Sens career with that goal, and then also was 6 for 9 in the dot, like we mentioned earlier. So that's a great face-off stat for Patrick Brown. And, I was dogging this line as well, boys, before the game started. I didn't think there was going to be a chance that we were going to get secondary scoring tonight based on having, a line of Gambrell, Patty Brown, and Matthew Joseph, who's only got a couple goals on the year. So those guys combined total going into this game with 6 goals total. So I didn't think that, they were going to come out scoring tonight, but Patty Brown proved me wrong. And that's what I get for, knowing nothing about him before he gets injected into the lineup like this. Right. So he endeared himself to me right away. I like how, he's bigger than I thought too. He's a kind of a big player. And he was as advertised. He wasn't, a billboard like some of the big acquisitions we saw. But he was like a nice little poster, and exactly as it said on the poster on the the street post was, I'm going to go north-south and play a heavy game, and that's exactly what he did there. So
I loved your tweet saying, "I'm not supposed to like you."
Yeah, I'm. You don't think you're gonna like him, and then he wins you over. Damn, Patty Brown.
Just a big Patty Brown guy there. One hit, one shot on goal. As Pilsy said, 6 for 9 in the face-off dot for old Patty Brown, that third line. And I was going to try to figure out a creative way to say it. I couldn't figure it out, but I was going to put in like a Google search, how to change a 2 to a 3 for anyone who has the Connor Brown jerseys with the 28 on the back. Just get that in there and you're all set. Away you go. He actually, speaking of Connor Brown, the Sens communications tweet out stats during the game. Sometimes they're hilarious, but I like this one here. With goals 17 seconds apart from Jacob Chychrun and Patrick Brown in the first period, the duo has provided the fastest 2 goals in a road game for the Sens since Artem Anisimov and, you guessed it, Connor Brown scored 12 seconds apart in 2019 at Edmonton. Again, a couple qualifiers for that one, but still, Connor passing the torch to Patrick Brown. I like that call, Martian, as your SensCentral standout. We had some people in the chat asking, do we play Philly again? Yes, in 11 games. So to touch on Pilsy's SensCentral standout, Claude Giroux, he needs 12 points in the next 11 games to get 1,000 versus Philly, the team he played exactly 1,000 games for and had exactly 900 points with. So
that'd be crazy if that happens, because you called that at the very start of the year.
Okay, I was going to say, we did call that at the start of the year. We circled that Philly game and we're like, hey, that would be a great time and place to get this done. And it seemed like a long shot, or not a long shot, but definitely something that maybe it would happen a couple games after, but it's poised and set up for that night to be a special one for Claude Giroux. Wow.
I'm going to run, not walk over to this chick Jacob Chikrin is my SensCentral standout in this game. My God, not only does he have the amazing shot, not only is he making pass reads before he even gets the puck, and that worked out for a goal in this game as well. But guys, the way he can recover and defend, how about in the first period, that 2-on-1 he broke up where
Huge.
his pivot and he caught up. It could have, if that's the wrong guy back there, that's a 2-on-0 break. Not only does he recover with his great skating, but then he just baseball swings it out of midair and goes, nah, get that shit out of here. We don't play with that in our defensive zone. So I just thought that he's just an animal back there. It's awesome to see. You can tell his strength based on how strong he is with one hand on the stick. He's able to get an extra bit of reach and radius. His radius is expanded. That's big words this time of night. His radius gets extended with one arm on the stick. This guy's just a treat to watch. And you look at him still paired on the third pair on paper, but he finishes the night with 21:45 games played, or minutes played rather. Just 2 minutes shy of Thomas Chabot for the team lead. Shabby with 23:31 though. Numbers coming down a little bit. And even with that, 4 minutes and 41 seconds of Chabot's time on ice was on the power play. So at even strength, they're really rolling three pairs. And I'm warming up to that idea, but I might change my mind tomorrow morning. Who knows? But Jacob Chikrin, dude, this guy's the real deal. I'm so excited. This guy's a Senator, not only for the rest of this year, but for years to come. I mean, you bring up the Ottawa Valley, this guy gets a tear in his eye. So who says he's going to go anywhere anytime soon? When he was on the ice, the Sens are just a much, much better team. It's awesome to see. So Jacob Chikrin is my SensCentral standout for tonight. Are we going to go around twice, or are we just going to do the one? Steve G mentioning he's got the jawline of a Disney character. Yeah, Disney character, Thor, you name it. This guy's all money when it comes to on ice, off ice. I say we do two rims around here as the Sens get a 5-4 win. It wasn't the prettiest win, but you know what? You'll take it in regulation. And that regulation part is what's willing me to go into two SensCentral standouts. I'm going to go with someone who stood out for the wrong reasons. And I teased that we were going to get to this, and I just figured this is a good place to put it. That linesman who called the icing there at the end, that if that goes in the back of the net, I would have had a full meltdown on the postcast tonight. It was like, how far? It was Matt Duchene offside onside levels of away from the goal line. Like, I get it if the guy isn't there. Like, you know how it's the imaginary line at the hash marks. I get it if you're a step shy, but the puck has to reach the goal line. Like, that's the definition of icing. What's going through your mind when you saw that, Martian?
Well, yeah, and the defenseman, I think it was done as well on that play. Like he didn't even make it. He wasn't even making an effort to get back there as well as that. So it was like two things at once. You know, if a defenseman's really dogging it and purposely not trying to make it back, so the puck crosses the line before he gets there. That's one thing. That's what you wave that icing off too. Not only did the player get lazy and not do it, but the puck never crossed the line, like you said. So it shouldn't have been icing. It was just like a brain fart or something by that ref. I don't understand.
Yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to, just give a little shit to that ref.
We don't talk about the refs on the show, but Ross just wanted to mention that quickly.
No, we don't talk about refs. Linesman, fair game.
Yeah. Okay, good. You got me there.
All right. We'll do it snake style. So that means Martian, you're up.
Okay, cool. And well, I'm gonna jump right into Jacob Chikrin's partner here tonight, and that was Nick Holden. And
nice.
His job tonight was pretty simple, and that was just get the puck to Jacob Chikrin, and that's what he did all night. And he was rewarded with 2 apples for it. So 2 assists for Nick Holden. He played a solid 16 and a half minutes for the Sens here tonight. I thought he played a nice, solid game. Very quiet out there, and you can kind of see like he does. The simple things, and then he is looking for Jacob Chikrin to kind of help him get out of these like tougher situations in those cases. So, but that's all it took. So I thought he had a good game, and it's not very common for him to have a multi-point game either. So got to give some love to the old dad over there, Nick Holden.
Yes, I love it. 2 assists in this game for Nick Holden. And I know that we were all on the right side of history here in saying that like Eric Brandstrom did not deserve to come out of this lineup. But fellas, Eric Brandstrom doesn't have 2 assists in the last 9 games. And Nick Holden had it in the first 10 minutes of the game. It was just kind of ironic how that worked out. But honestly, you look at what he brought in, and a bit of calm, steady presence in his own zone. Pilsy, with Nick Holden?
Yeah, well, this is what like I know you guys both have been kind of clamoring for Chikrin to play a top 4 role, and that's definitely fair. He was acquired to do that, but I think it's nice. Obviously, I don't think having him with Holden is my ideal choice. I'll make that very clear, but having that opportunity to have depth and have like one major stud on all 3 pairs is pretty incredible on that left side when you're looking at Shabbat, Sanderson, and Chikrin. Like, it's working. At least it worked tonight. I think definitely the Corsi and advanced stats of Holden and Chikrin were not good before tonight, but I think it's all right for the time being. So Nick Holden and Jacob Chikrin, when they connected on those first 2 goals, the first thing that came to my mind was Guy Boucher voice. I wonder what they think of the pairing now.
I had the same thought, man. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Fellas, I think a perfect way, and Pilsy, I don't want to steal your final SensCentral standout, so you just take whoever you want. But if you want to look in the corner there, the goggle video is out. So some good CSA if you go the right way.
Oh, I can't tell who that is. If it
by not being able to tell, I think you can tell.
If that's who I think it is, then he's already been taken as a SensCentral standout, so I can't do that.
You're right.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna go with.
Got him.
Yeah,
that's why I was confused. I was like, he's already off the board, so you're leading me into this. But I'm going with Matt Sogard. Hashtag goalie friendly show, like we mentioned, and I've kind of alluded to this whole time. It cannot be understated how if you're a goalie and you have multiple bad bounces, a race, a 3-goal deficit, you could just be like, well, this is my night, screw this. But no, Matt Sogard stepped up. He kept in this game. And look, pressure's on, kid. Like, you're a big kid. You got big pressure now. Like, Cam Talbot's going to be out a couple weeks. I think we're going to get to see Mando a couple times here, but Matt Sogard is the guy. DJ Smith made it clear. So he's going to have to play like this. He's going to have to battle. There's not going to be any easy nights where DJ says, okay, take the night off, kid. He's going to have to be the guy. And he showed this team that he's willing to battle along with everyone else. And he had to make some big saves. He had to stand tall in the final minutes here. So Matt Sogard is my second SensCentral standout.
Big saves. Did better than I think the numbers would show tonight. Would you agree, Pills?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, because 3 of those goals go off of defensemen and are deflected in, and there's bounces all over the place. So, yeah, Sogard definitely had a nice game, in my opinion.
A lot of great SensCentral standouts to choose from. Sens win 5-4 over the Seattle Kraken.